Hello and welcome back to this course on financial modeling. We were discussing about the revenue generation model. So we have covered on the customers. Now let us look at the pricing models. How do we create a price? Let's start creating with one product only, the one signature product of our coffee. Let's say it's a club sandwich. So we can now going to create a pricing model for club sandwich, which is going to be the signature of our item, and we estimate that we will be selling it throughout the time, and it's the only item we are going to sell. So hypothetically, this is what we are going to sell. We can add more items into here, and then we can create a summary on an average spend. That is we're going to learn later, uh, that because that will create the model a bit of more complicated, but we will do that. So when you are doing the pricing, you think of how you are going to set up the prices. What are the factors that you are going to put into your decision making process? Because financial modeling is a tool for decision making, you need to have a separate is a clear, as clear as it is in your mind, and as follow the same flow process as you would really do in your real life. So when I'm doing the pricing, I would look at my cost. So what's my cost based on my cost, right? So how much would be the based on my cost, how much would be the price. Now cost in each of different location can be different, so the price can be different in each location. Then I would also look at my competition, my main competition, how much they are selling the club sandwich, what's my price. And then what also would be looking at worth of what is my assessment based on the value proposition of the competition. So proposition value proposition. So now let's say the competition, I have done a survey. Okay, now in the average price of the club sandwich in, let's freeze this video, freeze part so that it's clear. So now let's say in the downtown market, I have done a survey. My cost of the on an average, a club sandwich is going to cost, let's say, $2, right, per piece. In a mall, in the other suppliers or other restaurants are selling it for 3, and in a residential area it's only 175. So that's the price on an average price of my value proposition. Now based on my cost, so I need to decide my cost, right? Based on cost, we have to create a cost model, means the cost of sale model, so that we can understand how much is my cost of sale. So when you are creating a cost of sale, again, as we said, the best practice of the financial model is to follow the same as the real life. So what would be the cost going into my club sandwich? So let's say it's going to be a bread, is going to be some vegetables, some mayonnaise, it will be some probably uh, any other thing, maybe some other extra oregano, or we gonna have some spices, or we may have some cheese into the model. So let's stick with this one first, otherwise we are going to make it very complicated. Then there will maybe some waste while you are making this, and then or you can put the waste here, or you can put the waste when we are creating it. So normally what you have to do basically is you have to have a quantity, how much you are going to use. So we will put here the cost of one portion, right? But since you cannot put the quantity, so the cost of the sale will be coming from the quantity and its raw material price. So in a side we will make, because the recipe will be standard for us. So the recipe is how much is my ingredients size. Let's say the bread is, I'm gonna use two bread or maybe four breads. There's a 4-layer club sandwich, or maybe two breads. We divided into half. So let's say two slices, right? So you will have measurement here, unit of measurement. So maybe let's say we have the slices. So we are going to use the slices and the unit price. Now unit price can be a different measurement than the ingredient that you are going to use. So we are going to deal with it by having a unit of measurement for the price as well, and a unit of measurement for price, and then a conversion factor, right? So because you need a conversion factor as well, and then also maybe a waste factor here when you are using it. Maybe you will have some waste in while you are making the process. So let's say that you are going to use two slices. Maybe you are going to use 20 grams of vegetables. Maybe you are going to use 5 grams of mayonnaise. Maybe you're going to use 10 grams of cheese. Then there may be overall waste. Maybe let's say out of 10 pieces that you are going to make, the overall maybe there is a slippage, maybe there is something else. So maybe you are wasting 5%. So that's just an estimate. Now the price of this ingredient, let's say the bread you are buying into, you cannot buy by slices, right? You have to buy the packet. So the packet, let's say, cost about $1 per packet. So the in the packet is it comes with the 12 slices, let's say. So what would be the conversion factor? So it's gonna be 1 divided by 12. So that's the thing. Now there is no waste probably because you can use the whole entire bread. Then the price of vegetable, let's say you're using only one vegetable, which is tomato. So so that it's not that complicated. You can have separate ingredients for vegetables in your exercise that you can do by yourself. Let's say it cost us 50 cents or 50 cents per kilogram, right? So the unit of measurement is 1 divided by 1000, because you are using because in 1 gram it's 1000. Or you can use it in this way as well, unit of measurement between gram and kilograms. Let's say mayonnaise is also coming in a 250-gram packet, right? It's a 250-gram bottle, and then it's cost us $1. So the cost of this one is going to be 250. Then you have 10 grams of cheese. So the cheese is also coming by kilogram. It costs, let's say, $20 per kilogram and is 1000. So now you have unit of measurement, and then you also have some waste. So vegetables, maybe let's say there is a 10% waste, something will spill, something will go wrong, some maybe have a trimming and other things. Then you have the mayonnaise where maybe also 5% will go waste. There will be some droplets, some other things. Maybe 10%, maybe 5% of the cheese will also go waste. Now, how you are going to put up the formula? So the formula, as you can use, is going to be that going to be the cost is going to be the unit of ingredient multiply by the price divide by the unit of measurement multiply by 1 minus the waste. Oh, sorry, the multiply by the waste percentage, right? So 1 plus the waste percentage. Well, so that's how the formula will be carrying out. So the let's say the cost of the bread is going to be 0.167. The cost of vegetables is going to be this. The cost of mayonnaise will be this. The cost of cheese will be this. Now the total cost of the bread is going to be 0.47 cents. So that becomes the cost. If let's say you are saying that the cost of the in the down this is the cost in the downtown market, you may need to have a cost in the other areas as well. So the unit of measurement for the price will be in separate. So you may have to have copy this build this model into another sheet, because then it will be easier to copy, easier to link, and then they will fall in one format. So if we want to do that, we can copy this portion, create another sheet, take cost, and we can try this out. Can do the cost of sale. So this is the ingredient in downtown market, right? Now let's say in the other market, the cost is there. So there is some cost of the cost of ingredient is there, and the total cost is this much. So let's say the waste is going to be another factor, which is 5%. So you can say, okay, into 1 plus the waste percentage. So it's going to be, oops, into 0.49, and you can round off this, or you can just say round off. So this is the cost in the downtown market, right? You don't need this anymore, because we have already covered this. Move it. Now, since we are having a cost in each different model, so we can take it up, all of this. So let's say the cost based on my cost. So based on my cost, how much would be the price that you would want to charge? Usually in restaurant industry, we run they are running by the cost of sale. The average, what is the average gross profit from this when you are selling, apart from the service cost on the kitchen cost, the labor, and the marketing? Usually the cost of the gross profit margin is, let's say, 75%, or 25. The cost is 25%. So if the cost is 25%, then the price should be $1.7 price. So now, since you have one market, you can copy the same model and say this is my mall. In mall, maybe the bread costs the same, the vegetable costs the same, but maybe you want to have a better cheese, which is gonna maybe cost you $40 per person. And the mayonnaise also, you are using a high quality, maybe it's $2. Your cost will change, your price will change, and your price will change as well. And in the residential mall, maybe in a different location, the vegetables are, or the cheese and other things, because of the freight cost and everything else, may cost you slightly higher. Maybe it cost you $1 or $0.75. Maybe here the mayonnaise is again 1.5, and the cheese is, let's say, 30, right? So that's the cost that is built up. So now you can put in this, based on my cost, price in downtown market is going to be 1.72. In mall, I would say my price would be 2.69, and in residential area my price is 2.25. So that's one way. Now the second way is, the third way is the value proposition. What is the value proposition? Value proposition basically is what is the extra value that we are giving to the customer. So let's say the customer has, so we have a competition, and we are saying that, okay, the competition value proposition is, competition is giving size of competition in terms of quality, quantity, the size. It may be the quantity, the price differential can be because of the quality of the cheese, of the bread, or maybe the serving style, whatever it is, right? So there will be difference in each market. So let's say you have to assess what is the plus and the minus. Let's say if your size is bigger by 25%, means you can charge a markup of 25%, right? If let's say the quality of cheese is better of the downtown market peoples, and the difference in the price of cheese is usually, let's say, 10%, so you can say, okay, my cheese is not as good as the competition, so I cannot charge same price, I need to charge 10% lower. Then the bread is, again, let's say you are charging maybe you have a better bread, you have organic bread which is fresh and grown in your own, you're making it in house use. Maybe you want to charge additional 20% for the bread. Then the service style is, you have a very super fast service style and you're not spending too much on time on the chit chat uh, while the competition is doing that, so you are giving a discount on the 10%. So means that how much extra value you can charge. You get the idea now. We don't need to go into that deeper detail here. Based on this, you may say, okay, my in the based on the mall, I maybe only charge 15% higher, is 20% lower, maybe 20% lower. But bread, I can make a margin on 25% extra. Service style, I can maybe, and now here in this case, I may have better service, so my margin is this much. Residential, maybe you can say, okay, maybe I add 10% margin here, and 5% on the cheese, 10% on the bread, and nothing, no change in the service, right? So here is your margin. So based on this, you can say, okay, now I know how much extra I can charge from my, based on my competitors. So my price will be my premium over the competition. So here you can build up the model and say, okay, my price ideally can go up to this level, right? Here you can make a bit of increase a bit of complexity here in mind of customer. What do they want to lack? If let's say the size matters, so maybe it's a 50% weight when the customer is making, so you can say, okay, my weight is 50% for the size, 20% for the cheese, 10% for the bread, and the rest is what, how much, 30 20, maybe 20%, and the rest 10% is for the customer. So what is my value advantage? Now you can click, you can use the sum product formula to weight it out immediately, so that you don't have to, right? So it's 14% basically. So you can build up this weighted average model here as well, and then can create it. We can freeze these cells, but so the way we freeze the weight is alt F4, the function F4, and F4 here again, so that we get get this file, and then we copy paste the thing, and then we can do a check again, make sure that we have used the right version. Weights, we need to write down what is this column, so that we understand. So we have to label each and every column and each and every row, so that we know what is the input here, otherwise you will get confused later on. And this is the advantage or disadvantage, or disadvantage. So this is what it is, right? So now our model has we have built up our model, and now we know this is our approximate prices based on the different factors. Now you can decide how much you want to charge. So based on this, what is my decision? So what is your final decision? Then you can put it up, right? So this is an input, right? And then this is the coming from the other side. So here we do need to highlight. Now, what is your decision? What do you want to charge? Do you want to do an average of this? You want to charge based on the competition? That would depend on your marketing strategy. Let's say you want to go for a market penetration and you want to go all in and sell cheap. You can say, okay, I can sell maybe 1.75 here because it covers my cost. It's lower than my competition and much lower than the value that I am giving. Or I can say I will set up the price. Now this is the pricing marketing is different. You can set up a price of 2.25 and give a discount, or you can set up a 1.75 as introductory offer and later on you can increase prices. Here let's say my cost is I can in the since the other peoples are charging, I can maybe say 2.95. That's my price. And in here I would be able to charge, let's say now my cost is higher here, competition is selling cheaper. If I sell at the competition rate, my I will have problems. My value proposition is lower as well compared to my competition, so means I cannot charge this price. But if I don't charge this price, I will be losing money, right? So what should I be doing? Then I need to adjust my recipe in this area. So that's how we can check. So now I need to go and say, okay, do I need to adjust the recipe? Do I need to buy maybe a cheaper cheese? Then it will come in line with my customers. Then yes, okay, then I can charge $1.8 in this price. So this is my price based on my decisions. I can build it up here and link it. Now my daily revenue is coming. So this is gonna be my daily revenue, my monthly revenue, and my annual revenue. On my daily revenue and my monthly revenue and my revenue per year. So we can go and link it up. Oh, it's already linked up. Now in the next one, we need to adjust the cost of operations, rental, and profitability.